As you guys enter the shop, the bird-looking creature looks up from its work and towards you guys. And you can see that there's various mannequins all around, kind of with already tailored and created clothing. There's racks full of it too. There's books all over the place for designs and the like. And then he kind of speaks up and is like, "Ah, welcome. Are you here to pick up an order? Are you here to make an order? Or are you just browsing?"
Rose is just going to very gently push Various forward.
Um, um, we are browsing for the moment, but may make an order.
All right. Well, whenever you're ready, let me know, and they'll go back to work.
So, what sort of designs are there?
They seem to kind of focus more on more simplistic looks with a regal undertone. Kind of, you think basic, kind of overvest with shirts under them and the like. Nothing super flashy, but not too simple. Like some designs you see are a bit more, I would say, eccentric. Some might have like an understitch of something with like different patterns and stuff like that. But the quote unquote craziness seems to be more subdued. It seemed to favor a lot of darker tones, though.
Alrighty. So, Various is likely going to look for something that's already made.
Mm-hmm. Any
And
colors you're looking for?
uh he prefers browns and like dark browns and blacks
All right,
with occasional greens, but
he would have no trouble finding that kind of coloration, considering the fact that they focus on darker colors in the shop. Any particular style you're looking for?
uh he just wants something that's not what he's wearing. He wants
Okay.
something that's not associated um
Um,
with like the casual clothes that they would have in um
okay.
at the
So you
he
got
just
so you have a couple options. You have some basic suits that are a little bit more highbrow. You have some nicely tailored button-down shirts paired with some nice pants, and of course there is a sign next to a lot of these things that they can be tailored and trimmed at request. You find various little overvests for some. You find various coats that can be put over clothing and the like. Uh, it seems like one of those very kind of formal kind of places with enough casual clothing to kind of go underneath all the fancy, but still not super fancy if you kind of understand what I'm getting at. Kind of like,
yeah.
um, it's like one of those basic kind of stores that most tailors have where they'll show their work off. So you can easily find things that are just kind of simple and easy to wear, and some things have more patterning to them. And of course, there's also books around that have different patterns and designs that are not on the shelves that you can look at.
Alrighty.
Hmm.
So while he's doing this, maybe we swap back other people.
Sure. Let's check in with Frius and Flix. Are you still doing the same thing as before?
Yeah, pretty much. Just trying to. Actually, I'm going to think about if there's anybody I can call in some favors from my ambassadoring times.
Considering the fact that you're there to make sure that relations between the Fae and the Lords remain kind of good, not really. You're there as a negotiator. Unless you did something for a Lord in particular, they wouldn't owe you any favors.
Would I have any idea of how to make any of that money back?
That is based on your character. Would he? He knows where to get blue chips, how to get them, but the question is he willing to go through those channels? Which is more gambling.
Yes. What kind of question is that? Of course.
Oh no.
All right, I gotta go find the city underground gambling places.
There's several of them in the water district. There's plenty of those. Just gotta
Okay.
choose how seedy you want it.
I'm gonna make myself a list,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna tell Frias I have to go to the bathroom. Watch the case. I'll be right back.
Will Frias believe him?
Oh, hell no.
Wait, you wanna watch me pee? I mean, if you're into that kind of thing.
Oh.
She's hoping she doesn't have to, but she's not letting him leave her sight unless it's to go into a building to use the restroom.
Then I'm gonna go into the building to use the restroom.
Oh, which building are you going into? Just any random one?
Whichever one is closest to where the water district is.
That would be. Let me double check my notes. That is. DS shop is located in the London Fires between. Oh, I don't have anything. So I don't have anything written down for there. So let's make something up. Let's say it's an outsider ran nightclub.
Right.
And it's currently not open, so you run face first into the door, probably trying to push it open.
Okay, is there one that's beside it that is open?
Next door,
Like a restaurant or something?
it's actually an alchemy shop.
Perfect.
Just gonna walk into the alchemy shop.
Yeah, and just ask if I can use the bathroom.
The owner, who is a kind of a purple tinted water primordial, kind of seems to be constantly flowing and stuff like that, kind of looks up at you, a little perplexed. It's like, we don't got a bathroom. This is not an outsider shop.
Oh, I need a bathroom.
Oh, that's your problem now, isn't it, Fleshbag?
You are incredibly rude.
Welcome to water.
Yes, you're all the same, I know.
They
Right.
look too tired to deal with this shit.
I go to another place that might have a bathroom.
So you're just gonna keep going down the line?
Yes, until I find one with a bathroom.
Freya just keeps following into each building like, this is suspicious.
Okay, so next to the alchemist shop, let's put a... Let's do...
I'd like to also do performance to make it believable that I have to pee.
That's deception.
Okay, I'll do deception then to make it believable that I have to pee.
It's pretty average. I mean, it's not really that difficult to do. The
Inciting
next...
since they're trying too hard.
Oh. Fuck. Now you can believe it. For the most part, you're still kind of squinty-eyed, but you kind of believe it.
It's called the pee dance, and I gotta go.
But
Every place either closed or doesn't have a bathroom.
the next
She's
shop you
just soaking up.
find is a clothing store. It is
Please
run
have a
by.
bathroom.
It looks to be ran by an elven-looking male. Doesn't look primordial at all. And he seems
I
to
grab by the
be.
collar. Do you have a bathroom?
Yeah, right in the back. It's for
Yeah, use it,
customers, though.
I'm busting.
It's for customers, I'm afraid.
I'll buy
I buy a
something, just
scarf.
let him go, please.
All right, it's in the back.
I throw coins down to buy a scarf, grab the scarf, and go in the back.
And the poor guy is just kind of sitting there like, oh, okay. And yeah, there's a bathroom back there.
Okay. Now I actually have to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Yeah, go ahead. Hold on, let me answer something.
Well, shoot.
You forgot to whisper that.
Yeah.
It's fine. But yeah, I'd say that there's plenty of things like scale, like embroidered scales, flames, and custom is allowed at request for the tailor. As we wait for Flix to return to hear of his glorious plan of what he plans to do.
Are you
Oh.
okay?
Oh, no.
Are you sure? Oh,
Oh no, Chippy
What
down.
happened?
he just tripped going up the stairs.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Slammed his knee into the stair.
Oh.
Oh,
Nah,
good
walk
work
it
on
off.
that one.
Says
That's
he's fine.
that's smarts.
Walk it
Very much
off.
so.
No.
Okay. So after I've done my business,
Okay.
I am going to look for a window to sneak out of.
There's a small window in the bathroom, not big enough for you to fit through. Kind of meant to air the place out and stuff.
I am tiny and wiry though, and flexible.
If you want to try,
Try.
Dex at disadvantage because it's smaller than your waist. It's like one of those little tiny slit kind of windows. If you're gonna try to cat your way through, no.
You get stuck.
In
Damn,
fact, as you kind of get one arm through, and then you start to try to pull your head through, and then realize that as you kind of get your head, like your face through, you realize that you can't get further through because now your shoulder and head are occupying the same tiny space, and you are now stuck.
I curse my girlish figure.
How loudly?
Not loudly. Yeah,
Okay.
just wait.
Yeah, Flix, you're now stuck in the window.
Okay. I'm going to use my teeth as natural weapons to try to break through the window.
There's what?
Primal mark. Your claws and teeth are natural weapons.
Oh, okay, but for what?
To bite my way through the window to make it big enough.
The window's open. You'd have to bite through wood and brick.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm an idiot.
I'm gonna say, considering the fact that you are literally trying to bite through
I'm trying
brick,
to bite through brick and mortar to get out. I'm stuck in
You-
the window.
I'm going to roll for severity on this.
I'm gonna chip a tooth. I'm gonna chip a tooth. God damn it.
You chip a tooth. In fact, you don't
God
just
damn
chip
it.
a tooth. You chip. Well, let's do 1d10. 4 teeth. You chip one of your incisors, one of your front teeth, and 2 of your bottom teeth, trying to bite into brick.
I cry out in pain, loud enough for Prius to hear.
Oh, no.
She sighs, isn't sure what the noise is, asks if they can go at least knock on the door to check on them.
And the owner of the shop kind of just nods after hearing the scream, like, yeah, sure.
Flix, dear, are you okay?
That was like a perfectly timed scream that got caught. I'm like, not.
The window attacked me.
The window that. Are you at least decent?
Are your teeth decent, Flix?
My teeth aren't, but no, I'm not. I forgot to pull my pants up. Still around my ankles.
What is this?
There's a
1, 2, 3. 3 net ones in this escapade.
It's all by the same person, too.
I probably think part of my wing is stuck.
There's a loud bang on the door as Freya's hits her face against it before opening the
Don't
door.
come in! I've been decent!
She opens the door anyway.
Don't do it! All you're gonna see is fairy butt at you!
She will
Oh no.
She will wrap an arm around their waist and attempt to pull them back in.
Strength
Hang on,
save.
hang on.
Strength
Hang
check,
on,
please.
Jordan. I'm ticklish! I squirm! With laughter!
No, he's pretty wedged in there.
Quick, go get Rose! Wrong!
You know, like in a cartoon when someone's trying to pull someone out of like a really tiny hole that they're trying to squeeze into, that their body kind of stretches? That's what's happening with Flex.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, let's make this 500% worse. She's going to
Get Rose!
she's going to leave the bathroom, close the door, tell the attendant that they seem to have jammed themselves in the window and they are going to try pushing from the other side.
The attendant just kind of has that dead stare into the void look, like,
I
like,
don't know either. I'm just trying to fix it, sir.
good luck. This
She's
poor
going to-
guy is just trying
She's
to run a
going to go
business.
outside, waste her last wild shape becoming a bear, put a big old grizzly paw on his face, and try to push Flix back into the
I
bathroom.
yelled, not the face!
Push the face. Strength again.
Not the face!
Oh, dang it, it's the same thing. Oh, I thought I had another +1 on top of that.
Yeah. I say it's a little bit better since you have leverage now on your side, and you kind of just go, "Arr," and he pops back in, lands on his ass on the bathroom floor.
I immediately cast prestidigitation to fix my teeth.
Okay.
She
Does
is
that
going
actually
to
fix your teeth?
I don't think so, actually. I think that's lesser restoration.
And how many chips
Afraid-
will that throw us back?
Huh?
A lot.
How many chips will lesser restoration throw us back?
Depends on where you go.
Lots. I'm hearing lots.
Freya's then immediately turns back, walks back in, doesn't even say anything to the guy, walks back at the door, crosses her arm, and just stands in front of the door waiting for Flix to open it himself.
Yeah, I pull my pants up, and I hold my mouth, and I open the door, and I mumble, "We need to go find a gambling place to get chips. I had to fix my teeth."
There's a big sigh.
Oh.
All right, you know what? We'll work on this tomorrow. Why don't we just... Let's go see if someone can fix your teeth. Come on.
Yay!
She'll take his hand gingerly and walk him out of the store, dropping an emerald on the counter, and just not another word to the shop owner.
That poor shop owner was just trying to run a business. He looks so dead inside. Oh my god.
I look pathetically at the shopkeeper. "Your windows tried to hurt me. This is a liability claim."
Covers his mouth. Mr. Oakwish, please.
And he's
You've
just,
done enough.
yeah, you guys leave the shop and
Window attacked me. I just need
The
fresh
window
air.
attacked you.
I needed fresh air. It smelled.
oh, we are going
While
to
walking, she will ask, "You don't need to hide anything from me. If you wanted to try gambling for the money back, you should have just said so.
I don't know
Now
if
you're
those
out
rolls.
some teeth. We can't find one of the rabbits. You're out some teeth. And now we have to go find the others.
Oh, and you
Do you
spent
feel
gold.
And you spent your gold getting that scarf. All the gold you earned, that 7 gold. Yeah, that's now in a form of a
She's
powder blue
not-
scarf that you have.
I love my
She
blue
is-
scarf. It's the best scarf.
She's
even got
not
those
letting him
little-
have that win. She's not letting him
even-
have the win of a free scarf.
The scarf
Not
even has
free,
little
I paid for it.
the
With
scarf
the
even
money
has
I paid for.
the scarf has little sapphire beads and gold tassels on it too.
I
It's very
love it.
nice.
Perfect. I cuddle my new scarf.
But,
What do you have to say for yourself?
Can I get a lolly?
Yes, and then we'll go see Rose and Various. How's that sound?
Ow, my teeth.
She'll
This
go and find. She'll go and try to get him a lollipop before trying to find the Underdark.
let's turn the camera over back to Tibbs. You've come out of the fire library empty-handed. Where are you going now?
Jeez.
Okay. So you're gonna trudge your way back up the fire lifts, up the side of the volcano, back into the foundry, and then
Yeah.
trudge your way over to the wind district. I'd say about this time you actually run into Flix and Freus as you about to pass in front of the wind district.
Do I notice them before they notice me?
With the passive perception of 9, no.
Oh, do
You
I
are-
notice?
You are, oh,
Tibbs?
you notice Tibbs easily, Freus, but Tibbs seems focused on something.
Dun-dun.
Instantly covering Flix's mouth and is already trying to get up behind Tibbs.
Stealth roll. And if it's lower than a 9, he'll notice you. Because that's his passive.
Oh dear, I only have a +1.
So let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. As you begin to kind of pull Flix along, you misjudge exactly your clasp on his mouth is, and he slips out a Tiberius! Except in the kind of the lift thing he was doing earlier, right as you're behind him.
So, Tiberius is going to cast haste on himself. And, mirror
Gonna
image.
drop to all fours.
Yeah.
Oh wait, if you're
since-
casting a spell,
In the Foundry, you still need to do wild magic.
Do I?
Everyone does in the Foundry, still. You
But
just
you
don't get.
promised.
This is not your personal wild magic. This is the Foundry's wild magic. You just had a higher chance before.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, my internet died.
Yeah, you're
fast.
fine. You're perfectly fine. Actually, Tibbs, as you begin to cast the spell, you don't feel that that sort of stranglehold that was originally inside of you. You still feel as if the outside was trying to twist it, but you know about that already. But inside, it flows freely when you're able to cast your spell.
All right,
So we saw him first, though, right?
Yes.
Can I use Dispel Magic?
That would be a counterspell.
I can do that too.
Dispel magic is touched because I would do that.
Okay, well then I can just use Counterspell.
Oh no, it has a
to
range of
roll.
120 feet.
If you want to
Like
counterspell
counter
your spell, you'd have to roll wild magic too.
Oh hell yeah, Freya would try to dispel that magic. I thought it was touch. It's actually a range of 120.
I was wrong. Mine's Counter Charm. Sorry.
You can try, but Tip still gets
Oh,
the spell
Freya,
off.
give it a shot. Nothing bad could possibly go wrong.
At least get rid of haste. Sure, mirror image, whatever, but haste is the one she wants off.
Oh, you have to roll wild magic still.
Do it.
Roll 1. Ah.
Aw, damn it! I was actually waiting for you to roll like a 15 or something. But no, Tibbs, as you begin to cast haste on yourself, you feel the speed flow through you, but almost immediately is sapped out of you. And you see Frias behind you holding out a hand as they cast Dispel Magic on you.
Literally screaming, Furious!
Ha! I'm not him!
Er,
I'm not him!
I meant Veramont. Damn it. Wrong V.
Ah, get the proper hobolition. I'm then now going to cast Dimension Door.
Oh! Again, you still have to do wild magic. You just don't have the super high chance anymore. Yeah, you're fine.
Oh no.
Where
Am
are
I
you
going to
dimension
hurt
dooring
myself?
to?
It's within 500 feet, so...
Can I try dispelling that one too?
I don't
one
think you
requires
can
a
spell.
counterspell.
You have that one requires a counterspell. Yes, this is not a buff.
Alright.
This is an active effect. This isn't like an active boom.
He's simply going to tip his ears and step into the Dimension Door, bring himself closer towards his goal without saying it out loud.
What if I
And that
cast
is the
Hold
plane of
Person?
wind portal.
Yep.
What if I were to cast Hold Person at that moment?
Don't be a bitch!
That would be wild magic still too.
Before you can cast silence. Nope.
Oh.
I'm still upset about my teeth. That window attacked me.
Are you going back for revenge?
I will be
Oh my god.
with a mallet.
What's up?
I'm gonna sue that guy so good. This is free as a fight.
But yeah, Tibbs, you dimension door right in front of the plane of wind's portal.
Ah, perfect. In he goes.
And in he goes. And Tibbs is now gone. He has evaded your capture. I still can't believe there was a fourth nat one. Jeez Louise, people. Jeez Louise.
First
Unfortunately-
is seething.
It's okay, Freyas. Not everyone can keep a Vermont under the thumb. I'd have to say that no one has kept a Vermont under the thumb.
She will just stomp over to Flix, take their hand again, and continue what they were doing.
And Tibbs, how are you going to get to Amadeus' island?
I'm gonna look for the next poor schmuck that is taking that taxi job real too seriously.
There's plenty of them now that the skies are open.
Yeah, then I'll ask one of them for a ride.
Okay, let me just roll a random. Let's do a 10. Okay, so it's not a 1, not a smooth ride. It's kind of a middle of the ground ride, so you get someone who has a kind of a it looks like one of those cloud sheep, but it has wings on the side of it, and it's like tethered to 6 of the damn things.
So it's
And-
not going fast?
It's not gonna go super fast, no, but they would be willing to take you to the island.
Okay.
And it's run by a little wind primordial that looks to be more tornado than person.
Alright.
But yeah, you will now have a nice, slow, luxurious ride in a little cart led by puff sheep. Winged puff sheep. I have to drive this one of these days because they're really cute. At least in my head. But it's going to be a boring ride for you, Tibbs. And then let's actually go back to Various and Rose, because they've just acquired a quest.
Doing quests.
And the Aircroca seems to smile. It's like, well, considering Void's actually gotten a lot safer recently. It's used to not be so much, but it's actually a pretty nice place to visit, personally. But,
Well,
yes. Go ahead.
Well, that's good to know.
There used to be this really deadly miasma back when the poor plane was completely split into the 3 different parts, but it's all back together again, so everything's all nice and dandy.
Do you have a suggestion for a safe route to where the recipient would be?
Use the train. It'll take you right to
Understood.
the main city. And after that, all you need to do is probably ask around until you get to the ruined throne. which is the name of the Void Lord's castle. It sounds all depressive, but you'll see why it's called that eventually.
Understood.
You know, Arius, you were talking about or suggested that maybe there was something that Void could offer to suit my tastes. So maybe at least if I go with you, I can also look into that at the same time.
That sounds like a fine idea.
Considering your flame friend seems to enjoy stars and moons, that sounds about right.
He nods and looks over the outfit. And should I leave this here for specific tailoring, or do you think that it's...
First off, I would like you to stand on this little platform here. He motions to a round circular platform surrounded by mirrors. I just need to take some measurements to make sure I get everything right. Now, do you want it more loose fit, or do you want it to hug your figure?
Honestly, I just need something.
All right, we'll do loose fit then. Enough wiggle room to just in case. And yeah, the Aerocrocker's going to spend the next 10 to 20 minutes kind of measuring like your arms, your inseam, everything to make sure they get everything right. And once they're done, they will put the cloak that they showed you into a box, close the box kind of tight and neatly with a nice little bow, and hand it over to you guys. You have acquired a tailor's package addressed to the Void Lord Ion.
Huh.
Thank you.
Yes, we'll see about getting this over to their lordship right away.
And give me about 2 hours, and I should have your outfit nice and tailored.
Thank you. I will be back then.
Very well.
And he starts to step out.
After they're outside, I was, not quite expecting to, be handling a special delivery for the Lord today.
Do you know anything about them?
There are some details I'm privy to. Like they were saying there was a kind of a acrimonious split within Void, both physically and with the ruling force. But recently, they've essentially managed to more or less bring things back together again and more stable.
That's good. He pauses and looks up. I suppose I should be a bit honest with you, but I'm also keeping my eyes open for the group of interest that previously was within the tavern here. I was hoping they might have some suggestions for where next to look, and I can't remember who has the sending stone. Oh, Sealy.
That's a good question. Who last has the sending stone that links to Amadeus?
I was muted. Hi, me.
That would be, yep, Frias has it. And that links directly to Amadeus.
And I don't have the means to contact Amadeus, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I kind of think, I was thinking also, since they did mention about taking the train there, it's, I don't suppose you've, had a ride on there yourself, have you?
I feel like we've gone there at least once. Early in our journey, but still.
It's quite an odd thing, especially for outsiders taking it for the first time. That's kind of why I wanted to escort you there.
I appreciate that. I do apologize for my dour mood.
It's been a hell of a morning. Let's just put it that way.
It's been a hell of a. How long has it been? 2 weeks now?
Mm-hmm. Well, 2 weeks to you guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because of the time distortion with fire. Technically, it's been about 5 weeks, but it's only felt like 2 weeks to you guys.
Yeah, there's Rose is almost about to say something about the temporal distortion, but stops themselves before doing so.
Well, let's head in that direction then. Pride informed me that we might have some luck within Void.
All right, let's get a move on then.
So where are you two heading?
The train!
Going to the train!
With the box!
With the box. Freya's and Flix, where are you two heading? I need to know so let's see if you run into each other or not.
Freyas is dragging Flix into the Underdark, trying to find those two at this point.
Yeah, that's right.
Where are you going into the Underworks from? Like, what district? Because you're currently around the Water District. We're kind of between the Water and Wind.
Freyas has no idea where anything is.
Basically, the way it goes fire, wind, water, then it actually skips to void, then matter, then the broken shell of null, to earth, and then fire again. So you're kind of between wind, water, and void right now. And between all that, the train is actually between fire and earth.
Again, I don't think Freyas knows the Foundry very well. She was basically found outside of fire, so
Yeah,
she
has no idea where she's at.
She has no idea where she at. Has no idea where she goes. She just know Underdark is where they went.
Underworks.
Or Underworks, yeah.
Underworks.
I can probably point her the right way.
Oh yeah, Flix would know the way because they know the Foundry pretty well.
Yeah, I'll tell her the right way to go.
Yeah, and you guys kind of find a way under from water because it's a little safer than going under wind. But since the way between water is close to void, you might have to look for someone to lead you down there because that's when things get dark. So you're gonna look for a guard. You're gonna ask someone for help.
Yeah, sure. Well, Freyas will ask a guard.
Okay. Yeah. There's a few guards posted kind of around the entry into the Underworks, and when you ask them for kind of a guide down there, they'll pause for a moment. He'll look to his buddy, and the other, who is a Void Primordial, will kind of nod, like, "Oh yeah. Where exactly are you heading down there?"
I wasn't exactly sure where they said, but they said something about clothes, and I'm assuming some sort of void theming.
Well, there's a couple of clothing stores down there, but I could take you down to the Fadar Commons, and the guard will kind of motion for you to follow with them.
And Freyas is still almost dragging Flix if they are not willingly walking.
Hardly walking.
Oh yeah, no, Flix is following because he's in pain and he's all saddened now.
I'm pretty sure he has his lollipop by now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's somewhat happy then.
Probably stop by a little candy vendor.
How tall is Flix again?
I think he's like 5 feet in the heels.
Oh my god, he's tiny!
Yeah, he's
oh
a
my
baby.
god.
He's baby!
I thought wow, Freyas stands over Flix. I thought it was the other way around.
Tiny.
He baby! He baby. But
Tiniest dad.
But yeah, the guard easily kind of leads you around there. In fact, when they get down there, you see them twist a gemstone in their armor that kind of creates a bit of a light around them, and they're able to kind of lead you through the underworks into the open air of the Fadar Commons. All right.
Excuse me, but what kind of gem is that?
They kind of pause and look down. It's like, oh, this is for specially fashioned for navigating the void works, as we call the underworks underneath the void district. Tends to encompass most of wind and water, considering it was here first, after all.
And how would one acquire such an object?
Oh, they're typically standard issue for the guard in this area, but you can probably find some in an enchanter's shop for pretty cheap. I'm actually surprised most travelers down here have one.
Well, I'll have to go look for one later. Thank you.
Of course. You have a good day. And the guard will head back up to their post. And you are now in the kind of the streets of the Fadar Commons. Where would you like to go from here?
Did they at least say where the quote-unquote shop was
Yeah,
that they were thinking of?
They kind of led you to the market row. They don't know the exact shop after all, because they don't shop down here. They don't need to. But you're kind of in the market row of a lot of shops here in Fadar Commons.
Just roaming the street looking for candles or a small rabbit?
Candles? Okay. There's a few candle shops, yeah.
No, the walking candle being Rose.
Oh my god. It's a good thing he's not there to hear that, huh?
Oh, that's out of character too, so...
Oh, I know. But, no, as you're kind of walking around, you don't see hide nor hair of them. You
Fair.
do stumble across Auntie's Tavern, though, and you see the exact same sight that Fros and Darius did. There is several people around it creating an active barrier. There is windows that have been shattered as thorny vines are curling out and trying to break against the barrier. There's guards everywhere. There's yellow tape. It looks like an outright crime scene.
Looks different from the outside. Alright, Flix, would you have any idea how to find the others, or should we just find a nice place and hunker down and hopefully they can find us?
Would I know of any clothing areas in the Fadar that they might be going to?
You wouldn't know exactly where they would be going to, but you know a few places to hang out. You know a few little cafes and stuff like that. Kind of and you know there's a park nearby. Those sort of things.
Okay, so I'll take Freas around to like little spots I think that Darius might go to,
And
see if we can run into them.
And no, you spend I would say a good 2 hours doing this, and you don't find them.
All right, I guess it's time to hunker down.
At least Freys looks more calm, at least.
And now we're going to shift focus back to Tiberius. You finally, after what felt like a couple hours, made it to Amadeus' island. You're finally there. Probably snoozed a bit on the way.
Yes. Quite relaxing, a trip like that.
But you're finally at the island. What do you plan to do?
Walking like I own the joint.
So you're gonna kind of head up the winding pathway up to the mountainside and just go into the labyrinth?
Yes.
Okay. Unlike before, where a winding labyrinth kind of awaited you, it's the cavern again. So it's obvious that whatever systems or traps he has in place recognize you. And you're met with the massive sprawling cavern with the manor on the other side into the cavern wall.
I have to do this like a peasant and walk.
You gotta walk. You're doing a lot of walking today.
Yeah, he's getting his exercise in.
There you go, burn some calories. And yeah, you make it there without any issue. You notice that there's some things that have been knocked down from the encounter with that massive beast. But everything looks pretty calm and quiet here. And what do you do once you get inside the manor? Because the doors are open to everyone.
Literally call it Amadeus' name.
You don't get Amadeus, but you do see a familiar face in Styx as he kind of comes out from a room on the upper stairs, and he seems to be holding something that's squirming in his hand. And he's like, "Who the? Oh shit! It's one of you guys. What are you doing here?" As he says, as he's holding a squirming pocket raptor in his hands, as it's kind of nipping at his fingers and going.
Tiberius is going to disregard the squirming pocket raptor because that's not important. And he's going to ask, "Ah, you, Styx, was it? Yes. I'm looking for a book that would show me how to return to a realm outside of the planes and then come back here."
As you're saying that, he kind of has that look on his face where he kind of purses his lips and kind of looks up like he's thinking. We probably got something like that around here, but knowing Amadeus's sorting, it may take me a bit to find it.
How long is a bit?
I can make you some tea if you want to wait.
I'm here for a day at least, so yeah.
Yeah. The pocket ripper's still squirming his hand, trying to bite at it, and it's like, yeah, I'll get some tea put on you, and we have some more of that rainbow cake that we got because the
Yes,
markets
I
were
would
all
like
open
some of
again.
that.
Yeah, sure. Then I'll go look for it. Considering the fact that it is broken bone, Frias, no.
All right, thank you.
I could cast haste on you in order for you to get faster if you wish, Styx.
No, I go at my own pace, but he'll kind of tuck the raptor under his arm as it's still screaming and clawing at him, and he'll kind of take Tiberius into that meeting room that they originally were met in, and he'll put a kettle on to boil, and he'll actually take a box out of the little freezer kind of area, the thing that's enchanted to stay cold, and pulls out this massive layer cake that's only had like one slice taken out of it, and he'll be like, "So, how big of a piece you want?"
Now, I don't know, my normal size.
He kind of raises his brows, like, "Do you even want to know what my normal size is?"
Now, just serve it that way.
He just kind of takes a cut out of it, and it's like a quarter of the cake. That's his normal size because he smokes and has munchies. And he'll kind of put it on a nice plate. Give you a nice silverware fork, and I will pour your tea. It's like, give me a bit, and I'll go see what Amadeus has. He probably has a couple of these things around.
Thank you. Might I ask why you're being so cordial?
I mean, you guys helped us, so why not?
Fair enough. I'm gonna eat this delicious-looking cake, as you called it, and if you need me to help looking for the book, I'm sure I could spend a bit of time trying to peruse.
Nah, I've got this. I've been meaning to help him organize this place anyway. It's a mess.
Everything's coming up Tiberius.
And, yeah, he'll walk on off. And I'm going to do a quick roll to see how long it takes him. If Roll20 would open, please. Thank you. It takes him about 40 minutes, I'd say, to find something. So Tibbs has plenty of time to sit back, eat some cake, drink some tea, because he's trying to work with us with a squirming raptor in one hand.
That's not Tiberius's problem.
Exactly. But about after 40 minutes, he does come back, and he's actually got an old dusty tome in his hand. It's like, oh, it took a little bit, but yeah, I've got something here. It's usually used by elementalists, basically people who kind of attune themselves to use magic in this place. But this, I guess, would help. Dictate something called an anchor point, I think it's called. And kind of sets it in front of Tibbs. It's not a very thick book. It's kind of average size.
This is everything.
Yeah, it's about all I can find that relates to leaving this place.
I'll peruse through it and take a look. Thank you for your help, Styx.
Yeah, and when you see your fire friend, can you come tell him to get his little brat? He kind of holds the raptor by the tail as it kind of wiggles.
Do you want to come get rations?
Is that what you're calling it?
Well, that's what I'm calling it.
To each their own, but yeah, I'm kind of sick and tired of taking care of Bitey McBiteface.
I'll let Roast know that his tiny little bitey thing is awaiting him.
Yeah, and as you can tell, it's perfectly fit and healthy. It is squirming and screaming and clawing at him.
Have you tried perhaps not holding it by its tail?
I've tried holding it in general, and it's like this. This is the only way I can keep it away from my face.
Tiberius is going to cast Calm Emotions.
Does that work on creatures?
You attempt to suppress strong emotions in a group of people. Each humanoid. Yeah, it doesn't work on creatures.
It's a
Yeah,
creature,
okay.
not a person.
Never mind. Cats.
Yeah, you can find plenty of places to eat in the Fadar Commons flicks. If you want to take Frias out for, I'd say about the time it'd be lunch. Actually, not lunch. It's still breakfast because, like I said, it's several hours. It's 24 hours in a day here, so it's still breakfast time for you guys. So there's probably places making tons of pastries
48
and
hours.
donuts. 48
So
hours. Sorry.
Tiberius is going to do his very best to actually read through a magical tome and get the gist of what he needs to do what he wants.
Okay, Tibbs. From what you can get from the tome, you need not only an anchor point, someplace on where you want to go back that is bound to you. You also need, thankfully, the book provides the ritual circle for doing so. However, it's crucial that you need something connecting you back to where you want to go.
Physically?
Yes. And if you remember, that's been severed from you thanks to Yogg.
Yes. And also, no.
Oh
Yes,
no.
you need
Is he gonna
something
try and
physical.
find various?
Maybe.
But you need something physical acting as an anchor point for you to hone in on and teleport to.
To return.
And of course, on another page, there is a list of various side effects in like a medical style. It's like, known
Those are
causes of
ignored.
death.
Those are immediately just flipped over and ignored.
Yeah, it's like, may cause ice swelling, skin loss, burning.
Melting of woods. Yeah. The typical stuff with magic. Just don't get it wrong.
Yeah, don't get it wrong. But it has like the circles depicted, everything you need to draw. It's all in that book. It's very simple. Like, you're maybe a little bit even insulted by how simple this seems to be.
Yeah. I have to roll a Tiberius roll.
Uh-oh.
Right in the middle. Yeah, he's going to ask Styx if he can take the book with him.
Styx kind of nods, like, yeah, sure. We probably got a couple copies laying around knowing Amadeus is hoarding this.
He will finish his cake, and then he's going to try and find Various while still avoiding Flix and Freeze.
And it was a nice cake. It's like a vanilla cream cheese cake. It's pretty good. So it's got like a cream cheese filling and frosting. A nice vanilla cake. It's just colored to look like a rainbow. It's really nice though. Nice and fluffy. Really good. You can see why Amadeus likes it. But you gonna head on out back to your slow as fuck ferry?
Yeah.
And we'll actually briefly turn to Flix and Frias because you guys do find a donut shop that's open right now.
Donut shop? Yes.
A donut shop, yeah. And it's run by a rather, I'd say, elvish-looking woman. She kind of has bright red hair that's tied up in a bun, has an apron on, but her skin's kind of a pale green color.
Okay.
So, probably a dryad of some sort. Because on closer inspection, that hair is actually vines and leaves.
Ooh, pretty.
Ooh.
She's very pretty.
Gonna be real happy to ask for.
She kind of looks up as you come in. It's like, well, hey, what can I do for you? Well, you're Ambassador Flix, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Good to see that you didn't get caught up in that scuffle off the hedge. Ugh, I heard that was nasty.
Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I got a few customers that come in on the regular that kind of told me about what happened. Apparently Jericho went a little off the deep end this time, like really mad.
About what?
I'm not sure what happened, but apparently, according to someone, he was kind of looking a little rough the past few days, so it was probably coming. But yeah, they got everyone out okay and all, but I hope he's okay.
But then nobody knew what he was upset about?
No, he's pretty secretive about what kind of bugs him, from what I can hear. I mean, he sometimes comes in for coffee and donuts, and he doesn't tell me anything, and I'm like his coffee girl.
Oh.
And you know, you always tell your barista like everything.
What did he tell you the last time you saw him when he was normal?
I mean, he looked like shit, and I commented and like asking if he needed a double decaf or something. He's like something about he was muttering something. I couldn't really tell exactly what. He was muttering something about butterflies and flowers.
Butterflies and flowers.
Uh-huh.
That's weird. Was Florence with him?
No, that was the surprising thing. He's usually glued to his side. But I saw him the other day, and he looked just as rough. So I know the two are connected, being you know, married and whatnot. But I'm seeing him in such rough shape. I wonder what happened. But do you want your usual? And does your friend want something?
Yes, Miss Freeze, what would you like?
Nothing too sweet if you could help it.
I got a few cinnamon rolls that just came out. We also got some berry danishes that are pretty good. Not too sweet, they're really tart. I like the tart ones. We also got some fresh powdered donuts that came out for you, Mr. Flex.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want some with extra sprinkles as always?
Oh, yes, please.
All right, coming right up. And she'll go and kind of put these bunch of like super powdered sugar sprinkled donut holes into a nice little bag for you, and then we'll get what looks to be a red berry tart for you, Frias. It has what looks to be some cheese and fruit jam in it. And kind of give you them.
She'll take them both and say, hopefully this won't hurt his teeth too much. Someone had a little accident, and we'll say he chipped a tooth, so hopefully this won't hurt too much.
Oh, well, I mean, if you can go visit the old man that lives in the Mushroom Tower, he might have a couple scrolls of restoration to help with those teeth.
That's a great idea. We need to go there.
Because don't you have something with him, Flix? Doesn't he owe you something for the what was it again?
He does? Oh, you are a doll. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, yeah, didn't you get him out of that scrape with Glacia once?
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he owes you on that, so.
Yeah, he does. He certainly does.
She'll throw an arm around Flix and go, and I would love to hear every word of it. Thank you very much.
Of
I
course.
think we'll be taking our leave now.
Of course, have a nice morning. Oh, I'm going to abuse the shit out of that.
It's gonna be so good.
I've been making this shit up on the fly. I didn't plan for any of this.
That's why it works so well. I love it.
Yeah, you guys kind of leave the donut shop and the Dryad waves you off.
So is this more about the gambling or something new?
So let's say this is something new. Apparently the old man who lives in the Mushroom Tower, let's call him Old Man Shenanigans. He is known for getting into trouble. He got into trouble with the wrong person. He got into trouble with Glacia. So let's say this connects actually a bit to Flix's debt, as Flix had to undergo a bit of gambling with the Lord to get the heat off of Old Man Shenanigans' back. So he owes Flix.
Oh boy.
I'm making all these connections.
I love it. Perfect.
She's just going to pat him on the shoulder and it's like, I thought this was selfish, but That sounds very nice of you. I'm glad to hear it was useful for someone. And now it's going to be useful for you again. Let's go get that restoration, huh?
Yay!
So as you guys head off, let's turn the camera back to Various and Roast. You guys have now officially boarded the train.
Choo choo.
Choo choo. So,
Various is gonna plop down.
Oh, finally off the feet for a moment.
Yes. It will feel nice to be able to kick back tonight.
You're breaking up a little, Jen.
Sorry. It will feel good to kick back tonight.
Yep. I'm not sure if you're quite aware of this. This train contraption, or you want to call it, it kind of has a mind of its own. So don't be too shocked on how it behaves on some of the stops along the way.
That's not so bad. I've stopped being surprised by things here.
Why would you say that out loud?
Listen.
Alrighty.
So they're probably gonna relax and take the ride.
and for the most part, the ride surprisingly actually goes pretty smoothly. You get a few bumps along the way, mostly from the train jumping between planes. And it takes a little while to eventually reach Void, but once you do, you're greeted with an interesting sight. In fact, I've been waiting to show this. You kind of roll into what looks to be a forest of purple and black trees covered in stars. The very sky itself is just an eternal, gorgeous galaxy of stars, of night. And the entire plains definitely seems to have a color to it, but eventually you roll into a city that has tall, gleaming crystalline spires and very bizarre and odd shapes all over the place with the same kind of hue over everything else. And yeah, the train kind of slowly comes to a stop in a station that kind of has the same exact kind of architecture, but it's made out of a black, smooth stone that seems to reflect everything around it.
Well, this
It has
seems
an
to,
alien beauty to it.
as Various looks outside, he pauses before nodding faintly. Looks like this is likely our stop.
Yeah, indeed. This is looking far sight better than before.
I'm assuming that it did not look so great while said split that you spoke of was going on. As he
Yeah.
hops up.
Yeah, if this was if this was before, then the moment that you stepped off of here, you might as well be dead. Alright, now where... I'm trying to think, where does the ward reside?
Trying to find something, hold on. Because there's a very specific sound for Void. It's gonna happen the moment you step out, and I gotta find something that's not 10 hours. Jeez Louise. 10 hours, 10 hours, 10 hours. No. No. Oh my god, why is this all 10 hours? No. Nope. Come
What about
on.
one that's 3 hours?
I'm looking for like something for 3 hours. Oh, wait, I found a 1 hour. I found a 1 hour.
No, okay, never mind then.
Okay, so let me do that because there's a very specific thing with Void. As you step out of the train of Void, you notice that the typical sounds of...
Hello.
Hmm?
Hello?
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 It's me!
You okay, Jan?
My connection died.
Oh, I
Oh.
was looking for sounds to void while you were disconnected.
Let me see if restarting my computer does the trick, but I'm on my phone for the moment.
Okay. But basically, as Various and Rose step off the train, the sounds that were inside originally have faded, and there's now a most bizarre tone on the edge of their senses. It's almost like a dull roar in some ways, mixed with chimes, different rumbles, and various bizarre tones that one could only equate to white noise. It's bizarrely calm, but at the same time, it makes the place feel larger, more expansive, endless, even.
I
To some, it might be unnerving, but if you would ask a void, then call it calming. It's kind of like the heartbeat of matter. It's a noise that is always permeant through the plane of void. It's this celestial white noise. It's basically the noise of space.
you okay there, Various?
I think Jen's still waiting for their thing to.
Ah.
Yeah.
In the meantime, would Rose know where to find Ion?
You do, considering the fact that the train, especially now that the plane is fixed, lands in the main city. He would know that to find the Void Lord's palace, they have to head toward the center, which is essentially the way the Void City is kind of built. It's almost built like planetary rings. You have a branch of city, a space of wilderness, a branch of city, a space of wilderness, before eventually reaching the epicenter, which would be quote unquote the star, but in this case it's the ruined throne, which is the ruins of the once Void Lord's castle, but is still resided in by the Void Lord, since it's a place of power.
Mm-hmm.
You know that to get there you have to head through the other outer rings of the city.
Alright. I'm just waiting for Jin to
I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
I heard. I just didn't want to interrupt.
No problem. And at least to your knowledge, Rose, there's at least 5 rings of the city before you reach the epicenter. At least to your general knowledge.
Mm.
You don't know if it's expanded since then or not.
Alright, we still got a walk ahead of us, Various.
We do. Keep an eye out for anyone who doesn't quite fit.
Hmm. Well, that shouldn't be too hard. There's a very particular aesthetic to Void.
Right. Well, let's get moving, and he'll start to walk, carrying the box. He looks like a little pack mule because he's got the big backpack, he's got his normal stuff, and he's got the box now.
Yeah, because everything you guys have gathered thus far, it's on your person. You have not had a chance to or a place to put stuff down at all.
That's why I have like nothing with me.
Maybe I better handle some of that for you.
I can handle it, really.
Alright, well, if you ever change your mind.
He trundles along, looking around as they go. Though
And
his ears keep flicking back because he doesn't exactly like the noise.
Mhm. And the city's actually surprisingly well kept and peaceful. There are guards here and there. They definitely wear a different armor than the ones that you saw in the Foundry. A lot of them seem to have more star-like motifs in them, various different bits of clothing and cloth. The denizens seem just as strange as the landscape. Some don't even have fathomable shapes. Some seem to be made out of stars and galaxies. Others look to be made out of miniature stars in a way from the way they glow. And it's almost as if looking at a person here, Various, it's as if you're looking into the night sky or a constellation. It's gorgeous, but at the same time unnerving and alien. Compared to all the other planes, this has been the most unnerving of them. But then again, you haven't been to Matter just yet. That one's worse.
oh boy.
That'll be fun, considering that most of the people here are outsiders. But compared to the other planes, especially Fire and Wind Various, this one is beyond alien to you. You notice also the big thing here is that the words, like shop names, street names, it's all written in Primordial. There's not an ounce of outsider language here compared to the other planes where they might have some.
So he can read that.
Oh yeah, he can read it since he knows it, but he realizes that if Tibbs was here, if Frias was here, they would have no idea what anything meant. In fact, you even hear that most people here are not speaking common. They're speaking primordial, just straight up. It feels old-fashioned, as if this land had been just reversed back in time to where it was previously after it was put back together.
He pads along, looking about as they go,
Mhm.
and staying close to Rose because just in case.
And you two stick out like sore thumbs too. You have not seen a single outsider or other primordial type yet.
I mean, it's basically a rabbit, a walking candle here.
Yep. I mean, you do tend to get some looks, especially when you're crossing streets here and there. No one really bothers you, though. Everyone's pretty quiet and kind of reserved.
Now, are they seeing anything that might match some of the things they're looking for? So, like, do they see any clothing shops or any unusual people that Various might or might not recognize?
What sort of unusual do you mean?
He's looking for negatives or
Okay.
positives because he was told that they might be somewhere here.
So, give me an investigation.
Alrighty.
Because there is someone here. 2 people. Let's see if you can find. Nope.
No.
You don't really inherently notice anyone. You're kind of carrying a lot of stuff, so you're kind of focused on making sure you don't drop the box and don't hit anyone on your way there. But you don't notice
Rose?
anything.
Would Rose realize if Various is kind of looking around weirdly?
Oh, yeah. Unless he's hiding it.
No, he told him why he was out here looking.
Oh, okay.
So if you also want to roll investigation, let's go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I'll just do that then.
Get the eyes are back in the Foundry.
So we're doing investigation. Well, before we do that, first of all, give myself proficiency on that. So that would be a 19 then.
So you kind of are matching Various' look around, kind of peering at different areas, and Various seems to be more scanning everything while you're getting a harder look on everything. But you do notice that there are 2 figures with bird-like masks that seem to be giving you guys more attention than everyone else. Keeping their distance, however, but they're keeping a watch on you. One seems very dark in color, with a lot of blues and purples, and the other one is much brighter with a lot of golds, tans, and whites.
I can unleash. I mean, nothing. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
They seem to be keeping a distance. The darker looking one is definitely keeping the brighter looking one held back.
Rose is going to try to slightly, just kind of dodge Various with the back of their knuckle. I think I might have spotted something.
He looks over and
And Rose will kind of very gingerly with their head sort of nod in the direction where they were sighted.
and Various is gonna look over that way.
And you see them briefly at the very least before the two seem to duck down behind whatever alleyway they're in. As they realize they've been spotted.
Do we go and give chase, or while we have something that's meant for a lord, come back and take a look?
I mean, I'm not sure what how vested your interest is in there, but I would rather make sure that something that belongs to a lord doesn't have any mishaps along the way.
And Various nods, but does make a note about the location where they're at and continues along. And I suppose we're gonna just keep going to the
So you're going to kind of continue along through the city until you reach the first kind of break in the city?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you definitely do feel like whatever was watching you originally is kind of keeping an eye on you, but they're definitely keeping their distance. But we will actually return back to Tibbs. You have finished your long, arduous ride. And let me switch over to you. Let me switch the music over. A lot of switching because you guys are split into 3 groups and it's driving me crazy.
I'm sorry, it happens.
Screens in DM.
Split the party. Split the party.
Listen,
No.
you guys are gonna end up doing this.
Oh yes, Jin. It will happen.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
Oh, why is everyone...
I was gonna say.
No, we died!
Frias, you get down from there right now.
Spray snuck away from the deletion. Ah, never mind.
There, fixed. But yeah, Tibbs, you returned back to the main island with the portal, as well as the market, which is actually not too set up right now. It's actually gotten a little bit better. There's more shops and stalls that are now open, a few noodle carts that are opening up. Where would you like to go now? You have your book. But you're all alone right now. You don't know where Various is. You don't know where Rose is. You kind of had a run-in with Frias and Flix, but they probably are gone by now.
Oh, simplest thing. Just go back towards the fire district.
All right. So you're gonna kind of pass through the wind portal and head straight back into the Foundry?
Yep.
All right. And you're now in the wind district of the Foundry.
Gonna make his way towards the fire district.
Which is right next door, and you definitely pass by Diaz's shop and the Shub's Tavern, the yellow robe on your way there.
Oh, do I?
Yes, you do. Because they're between fire and wind.
No, he's gonna continue walking. There's a few seconds of like, before he continues going.
Frias and Flix, where are you guys going after your little pastry adventure?
I keep forgetting about Mew. We were going to the Mushroom Tower to get Flix's teeth fixed with the quote-unquote free favor.
Yep, with Old Man Shenanigans. So,
Shenanigans.
yeah, Old Man Shenanigans. As you guys get into the Mushroom Tower, an old man does indeed answer, and it's a very bizarre looking old man. It looks like an old mushroom looking like creature. I don't know what the actual name of the race is, but he's kind of hunched over in a robe. His head's a mushroom cap and stuff like that. He's got a big old kind of a wiry fungal beard. He kind of opens the door and is like, "What? Oh, what? Who's there?"
Oh no. Clicks? Clicks?
So he's not there?
He's there. He opened the door for you guys.
Oh, I'm losing my mind. Okay, yes. So, I need a scroll of restoration.
Scroll or what now?
Oh
A scroll
no.
of constipation?
No, restoration.
Oh, restoration. Who are you again?
I got you out of your biome with Glacia.
Oh. Oh, Glacier knows, right.
Wow.
No wonder he was in trouble.
Yeah, no
Yup.
wonder he's in trouble.
I'm surprised he's not dead.
All right, you're that fly fellow, right? That's your name? Or was it
Flick.
Fo?
No, Flicks.
Oh, Flicks, right? You're Jericho's ankle biter, ain't you?
Ankle biter? That's not cool.
He kind of shuffles around, kind of knocks over several boxes. The place is a mess. There's dust flying everywhere. Restoration. All right, restoration. He kind of pulls a dusty old scroll out from one of the many boxes that are piled inside this tower.
While he's walked away, Phrase quietly goes, "You saved them? Why?"
I don't remember.
This is your job.
It's my job.
And he eventually returns like, here it is, scroll of restoration. And he kind of hands it. He kind of squints at Flex and then hands it to Freyas, almost like he can't see, right? There you go, Flip.
Thanks.
She takes it.
Is that all you need from old man Shenanigans?
So, shenanigans, how exactly did you happen to come across Glacia in the first place? You don't seem like the type that he would just happen to chat with.
You didn't realize as you're looking at him, he's fallen asleep standing up.
Of course he has. Let's get the hell out of here.
That was the joke.
Thank you.
That was the joke.
So shenanigans, right?
Oh,
That's where I'm
no.
going.
Shenanigans.
The next guy that says shenanigans.
Super Troopers. Such a good movie.
But yeah, you have a scroll of restoration now.
Woohoo!
Phrase is just staring at the man, is just like, I don't even know if I want to be interested. Let's just... Huh, where would we go? I mean, you seem to be an ambassador. You should at least have somewhere we can hopefully rendezvous with everyone.
Oh yeah.
You know a couple public venues, but at the same time, you have no idea where everyone else is at
This
in
is true.
general.
But we have those talkie stones, don't we?
You have
Nope.
one,
And it only
links
goes to Amadeus.
Yes.
Oh.
Don't contact him.
Contact.
Don't.
That's a very, very last thought on Freya's mind. But don't worry,
Perfect.
very, very last.
I'm sure he'll be fine. It's not like he's in a very important meeting with someone right now. No.
How could we get everybody into one place?
Oh, actually, maybe you can ask your friend for one more scroll? Maybe one of message?
Ah, it's a great idea.
He's
Well,
still
thanks,
asleep in the
Finnegan.
door. He's still asleep in the doorway.
Hello, wake up.
What? Who are
Let's see.
you?
Yes, we need a scroll of message.
Massage?
No,
Yes.
message.
Message.
A talkie scroll
What?
to send a
Oh,
message.
I think I got one of them. So you one of them door-to-door salesmen?
Yes, and I need to send more messages.
I already got plenty. I ain't buying any more.
No, I need you to give it to me.
Okay. Kind of shuffles back into the tower. Clear this guy doesn't have his head on right it like at all. He's just abusing this poor old man. This poor old mushroom man. And
Sounds like Flix.
and he kind of comes back with another scroll in hand. It's like this? Is that
Like,
right?
do you have 30 blue chips?
Yeah, do you have 30 blue chips?
30 blue ships? What?
Chips.
No, I lost all those betting against Glacia.
Oh.
Do you have any blue chips? Or just they're all gone?
Flix, I think we're expending as much as we can. They probably
Okay,
need to
let's
rest.
take our message scroll and leave before this gets weird.
Before?
He kind of stares at you for a little while, Flix, and then looks to face. It's like, Ambassador Flip, who's your wife?
Oh.
Before he could even say anything, hello, my name is Freyas.
No. You look like Ambassador Trix. Yep. Mm-hmm. He seems to be getting your name wrong every time.
No, man, jeez.
She's just now realizing that he was calling her Ambassador Flicks and all that.
Yeah.
She's just confused.
Well, honestly, you could find a better wife. That one's not very good looking.
Oh.
Wait now. Let's not be crazy here.
Oh, it's the personality that counts. You don't need everything to look great. Wouldn't it be great to go, wife? I think he needs his nap.
Yes. I don't want to get eaten, so yes.
I'm just imagining the I'm gonna stab you picture for Flix right now.
I think I'm killing Porteous though with this.
Thank you again, Mr. Shenanigans. And if we ever need anything else, or if you need us, come find us, please. We will do anything in your favor.
No.
She is grinning right at Flix.
I ain't buying what you're selling. He closes the door.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, good. His Alzheimer's is still working. All right, we should go. We should go.
That'll be the one thing he remembers.
No, it's okay. Let's just go. He's probably already fallen asleep on the other side of the door. Look, he thinks I'm you anyway, so it wouldn't be a problem.
No, he'll just find me at some point and make me gamble against freaking Glacia again.
She opens up the scroll, actually pushes it into his chest to read it, just to get him to stop talking, and then fixes his teeth.
Yeah, when you use Scroll Blister Restoration, it burns up and the magic flows into Flix's mouth and fixes his teeth.
My face hurts.
You okay? Are you okay?
She'll cup Flix's face, give it his cheeks a few pats, and it's like, there, we all better now?
Yes.
You aren't gonna go back to that store and destroy the wall?
No.
Okay, good. You did a very good job at showing the wall what for.
Thank you. It hurt my teeth.
Now, you could have some of your donuts while I go message Rose. She'll hand the bag over to him and start... Well, she'll start walking away from the hut before hopefully someone doesn't come back out yelling for a favor.
No. If anything,
And
if you put your ear against the door, you can hear faint snoring on the other side.
she isn't taking that risk. And she will cast message to go to Flick, or not. I'm getting everyone's names messed
To
up.
the others.
I can only message one person.
Yeah, just one person. Who are you
Oh,
messaging?
wait. Rose.
Okay.
Oh.
And what is your message? Because they can respond back to it. Because you can only say one thing, and they can respond. That's how
Oh,
message
only one
works.
thing?
Message works you send a message out to the person, and then they send it back. That's how message works.
How long of a message?
As long as you want.
Oh, okay, because I was about to say you made it sound like one word, and I was like, wait, what?
No.
Okay. So she'll basically say, Rose, this is Freyas. Flix and I have caused enough collateral damage here. Would you happen to tell us where you are so we can regroup? We seem to have wandered around a little too much.
There's no
Right.
such thing.
And then you receive that, Rose. Do you respond?
Yes, Rose will respond. So they will say, that's good for you. Me and Various are running a little errand. We'll be back at the Fadar Commons once we're finished.
Okay.
Damn it, he didn't say where. So she'll just basically go, hey, Flix, do you want to go back and just relax at one of those public areas down in the... Oh my gosh. I think I have Alzheimer's now. I forgot already.
Shenanigans has worked his magic.
No, I think I am shenanigans. Well, we're just gonna go back to the Underdark.
You are still there.
Oh, well,
You're still
go
in the
do
Fadar
more.
Commons. You haven't left.
Okay, we'll go to one of the public places that's hopefully more easy to find than
So
a
just
giant.
a little public park.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm sure Flix and Freyas will just have a nice time nomming on stuff.
And with that, we will be actually ending our session for today. We are finally at the 4-hour mark. It has been a pleasure playing with you guys today and getting into literal shenanigans with you today.
Ooh, shenanigans.
Shenanigans. And having to come up with stuff on the fly because, yeah, this was very much a run around, let you guys do what you want session. I just didn't expect it to be 3 different groups.
I was trying to
Oh,
prevent
Nova.
that one because
I must
mother
do-
instincts.
why must you
Feel
do this
my
to me?
pain.
Why must you do this to me? Again, no, don't. We're gonna inflict it on you. Just watch.
Listen, I had to deal with that in Starfinder. Not only that, but each of you had 2 characters.
I tried. I tried to be with everyone. But no
Oh,
one wanted to be with the dumb blue moth boy.
Oh my gosh, that sounds. I personally would hang out with Blue Moth Boy.
In fact, Blue Moth Boy is in the AE campaign. It's Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thanks for coming to the session tonight, guys. Thank
It
you
was a lot
for
of
thank you for the hilarity once again, Flix. Jesus Christ. 3 nat ones.
Natural ones.
4.
Yeah.
There was
4.
4 total.
I just like to
Wasn't-
say I'm very happy that Tiberius was nowhere near that train wreck.
I mean, I'm never
No,
gonna
it
get
was
the
a good train
mental.
wreck.
I'm never gonna get the mental image of Flix with his pants down, hanging out of a window with his arm and head stuck in it.
And a wing.
It's just kind of eh.
And in his brilliant deduction, he's like, "I'm gonna bite the wall to get free."
Mm-hmm. And he
Are
decided to
we
bite brick. Good
Yeah.
job.
Did he think the brick was made of chocolate?
Great.
are we
Kinda
still
like
online
brain cells or
or
something.
Oh
Are
yeah,
we still
we're
live?
I mean we're still live. We're just
Our
waiting to wrap up here.
Yeah. So thank you guys again for playing. Thank you for dealing with my bullshit, and thank you for playing.
No, Nova, thank you for dealing with my bullshit.
I was about to say.
Thank you, and have a good night.
Yep, see you in 2
Bye.
weeks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.